Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Creative Spirits podcast. And we are so happy to be divinely guided, divinely present here for season 4, maybe episode 4, but it is the episode on divine timing. So it doesn't actually matter what episode it is or when you're hearing this. Just trust that the universe has led your heart, your intuition to press play, or in Sherrie's and my case, press record, so that we can share divine guidance, divine wisdom on all things divine timing. And as always, I'm Kate from Gumbits by the Sea, and we're joined with the glorious Sherrie from Creative Mermaids. And hi, Sherrie, how are you going on this divinely guided recording of the Creative Spirits podcast?
Just froze. Divine timing.
That's okay. We'll just gaze at your pretty face and laugh.
So it's okay again.
Yeah, it's totally fine. You're back. Excellent.
Exactly.
The one thing we do hope to bring to the people who find
But it's perfect. We're talking about hiccups and divine timing and how to work with this. So I think this is actually
yeah, definitely. The one thing I know that our listeners definitely get out of pressing play is a whole heap of laughter and joy from us, and from the wind, and from the freezing, and from the fact that we keep going and we keep showing up and we keep flowing and trusting in spirit, trusting in the universe, trusting that, over 2 years ago now, Sherrie and I were brought together to connect in this way and to support other women to trust as deeply as we do. Right, my love? You've frozen again. I might just talk for the next 20 minutes while I gaze at Sherrie's smile.
Actually, I was going to say, if you don't hear me, just jump through it. And I think you should share those cards. If you don't speak, let Kate share those cards with everybody, because it was just such divine inspiration with what we were talking a little bit about before the pre-show. We were talking about divine timing, and you pulled those 3 cards and it was so perfect. So I think Spirit's saying, let her talk about the cards and then we can talk about the rest of the stuff.
Okay.
I'll even mute myself.
I love that. Okay, Sherrie's muted herself. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do without you, my love. Of course I do, because you've divinely guided me. I did pull 3 beautiful cards from the Rebecca Campbell Keepers of the Light deck, and the cards were absolutely stunning and absolutely on point. The first card that came up was the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe. And this is what I'm referring to, that if something in your heart, whether it was an Instagram post or whether it was, I haven't checked in with the Creative Spirits podcast recently. If something within your heart space prompted you to come and press play, trust that you are being called to be a part of the great spiritual gathering. You're being called to rise, called to connect, called to honor and listen to your unique voice, called to tune in to your heart space. And I'm just going to show it for our YouTube viewers, this glorious card and these divine women coming together. And it's a perfect reminder. It's not just talking about you physically coming together, or you spiritually necessarily connecting with other women, but it's knowing also within your life that things are coming together, and that the great gathering, spirit is here on your side, helping all things work out appropriately for win-win for you, and that there's nothing that you need to worry about or even stress about, that it's safe to flow and it's safe to know that it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe, trust the intuitive hits, trust that you're pressing play. I have a field day on Spotify, because I'm like, nope, not today. And my, I don't know, the algorithm or the playlist, whatever they do, like, it just is crazy, because sometimes I'm like, no, this meditation mantra, and other times I'm like, no, Queen all day long. Like, it's so extreme, but I trust those intuitive hits. I trust that I'm getting exactly the right medicine I need. Like, if I need a little bit of pop, or if I need a little bit of country folk, I will honor that. I'll honor that my soul is getting what it needs. And it's so nourishing and freeing to flow in that, to be able to do that. Amazing ad for Spotify there, by the way. I'd like to thank our sponsors. One day, my Sherrie, one day. So the second card was actually this card here, the mirror card, who or what is triggering you. And this is just such a divine timely, or such a timely reminder to check in with self and have a little look at what is triggering you and why you are being triggered. Because, beautiful souls, there's always lessons in it. There's always lessons in what is making you mad and why you're feeling mad. And it's likely that those frustrations are coming because you aren't taking time to care for you. You don't have time for you. Okay, now, by the way, insert Sherrie going, exactly. Yes. This is what my Sherrie's saying on the other side of the screen. So who or what is triggering you? Why are you being triggered? And what do you need to do to feel into that and shift perspective, shift the emotion to change the channel? And, you know, again, another timely reminder for all of us to go, we choose how to respond, how to react, whether we even do act, and we choose where we're at in any given moment. These things that opposite us that are triggering us are mirrors. They're always mirrors, and there's always lessons. So what is it that's, you know, really frustrating you about a particular situation, and how can you trust that the divine message is here right now to ask you to lean into that and respond to that? Love it. And then we had the beautiful Council of Light card, which, in case Sherrie and I were doubting that today's podcast was going to be on divine timing, we were reminded that this is actually divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms, Council of Light. And Council of Light reminds us all that we are divinely supported by universal energies, by spirit, by love. We are divinely supported through connection. We are divinely supported through the breeze running through our hair, through the sunshine, through the moonlight, through the energies that is here in this wild present given moment right now. And when we lean into that realm of trust and love, the true abundance, the true joy, the true love arrives, is here, is plentiful, is wonderful. And I love that the Council of Light card came up, because I think we all can be reminded that love is always with us, support is here for us. And I mean, hand up, guilty, I do it all the time, that default that this isn't working out, I'm annoyed, I'm angry. Take an intentional breath, put peace between you and that issue, trust that it's meant to be this way. It's working out, it's already figured out, it is figure outable. The less we stress about it, the more we put space and time between it, the more magic that can occur. Okay, it's 11:01 here, so we've got a 111. Sherrie, it's been the longest you haven't spoken on a creative spirits podcast. But I know they spoke to you, and I think you're right. We needed a little anchor. We needed to connect to the messages of those cards, and the flow was just perfect. So I would thank you, divine sister. That was beautiful.
Like I said, I think it needed that time, because otherwise I would have interrupted you. We went up on tangents, and it was quite insistence that no, divine timing, walk your talk, ladies, and let this happen. But why I thought it was so important to do this is because I'm actually going through this in my own life at the moment as well. And when you pull those cards, I was like, oh, if anyone else is here at the moment who's going, am I making space for divine timing, or am I digging my heels in and not allowing the space to happen? Those three cards are exactly what you need, which is, you have been invited to share your gifts. You have been invited to share your calling. And anyone who steps up to do those sharing will hit those mirror aspects of getting bogged down, wondering to yourself, is this worth it? Coming up against your limiting beliefs, having to work through those limiting beliefs, the frustration that comes with that, the self-doubt that comes with that, all these difficulties of, okay, am I giving up too soon? Am I having, business ADD and bouncing around from idea to idea without giving the chance for it to grow? Am I allowing the seasons to kind of go, okay, first I plant it, then I tend it, then I let it grow, then I take my lessons from it, and then I start it all over again after having a follow-up period? Or am I trying to push something that is never going to happen and I'm just forcing it. And where does this kind of play in? And this is where the mirror stage is. And that's when on the other side of that is this divine support waiting to hold you, to help you through it, to just let you lean in, like you said, and just take from the lessons and understand what you need to take from that, whether it is it's going to be this is your life's work and this is what's going to happen, or if this is a phase that leads you to your life work. But you need to be able to have that patience to make the space, to sit with it, to really dig deep, and to confront, is this fear that I will never make it work? Or is this really just not working? And it's two very different things. And it's very difficult to know the difference sometimes, because that's where the blind faith comes in. And if you're willing to walk away from it, then I would say that it probably either isn't your time for this, you're not really ready, and that's why I think so much fails. Not because it couldn't succeed, but because you're not ready to lean into that support and go through the dark phase to come out the butterfly, because that requires a whole lot of letting go and leaning into that support on the other side. And the mirror, that icky part, is so difficult that it's like the never-ending story.
Sherrie, I have to admit, I never watched.
Scariest thing ever.
I couldn't watch the Never Ending Story because as like an 8-year-old, I was like, why would you watch a show that never ends? I'll be trapped watching a story forever. And I truly have still never watched it because of that reason. I just did not understand. Actually, I was probably younger. I was probably like in kindergarten.
Oh, you have watched it.
I do have to watch it, and I love that that's come out on the podcast that I have not watched it, because I would have been in kindergarten or year 1, and I have a distinct memory going, but it never ends. Like, why would you put a show on that never ends? Oh, gosh, no wonder my daughter is such a deep thinker. Wow, that's how I used to think. As we were speaking, though, I just pulled the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So if anyone is at that point where they're like, I'm going to walk away from this, or it's not feeling right. And you know what, beautiful souls? Full disclosure, I've shared my never watched, never ending story. Now I'll share this full disclosure. I have been having so many moments of sabotage lately where it's like, maybe, where it was like I had to choose fully let go and fully commit and be in, or fully let go, or fully commit and be in. Like, which one is it? Is this your work? Is this your life's work? Or are you done playing now, and are you just going to go and convert to, inverted commas, mainstream? So I love the divine timing of this for me too, Sherrie, is that like, well, no, I'm hanging in here. And I'm not even hanging in. I'm digging deep. I'm grounding. I'm rooting to rise. And I'm being reminded this evening that I have been training for this for lifetimes. This is exactly where I'm meant to be. And I'm not going to walk away from it just because I've had some sleepless nights and the bank balance hasn't been as abundant as I'd like it to be, that deems me successful. Amazing timing. And I love that I just pulled it out.
But and I also think this is amazing timing, because it's not just us. I think we're all going through it at the moment.
Yes.
Because I was actually, I listened to Namaste Today with Christopher Witecki, and I love Christopher Witecki. I think he's just amazing. But he's actually canceled a couple of his episodes because he's also going through this. He's like, there's some stuff going on, and some self-doubt and everything else. And he's like, I just need to work through this right now, and I need to take a step back. And he's back stronger than ever. And I think that's also okay to be like, I'm not quitting because I think I can't pull through this. I'm stepping back to look at what this mirror is holding up to me. And this is the hard part. You can hold up the mirror and you can be like, if you try to smash through, this is where the bad hustle comes in, I think, too. That you're like, okay, I'm going to just hustle. You are going to burn yourself out. There's a good hustle and there's a bad hustle. And I think if you're running out of energy, if you're burning yourself out, if you're going, I believe in this, I know I believe in this, I'm 100% committed, but where's my energy going? Maybe it's just not meant to work. Or maybe the mirror is holding something up to you that you need to work through before you can continue. And that's okay. That's not quitting. That's making you stronger for level 2 or level 3 or level 4. You know, whatever level you are, there's always another level to go to. And basically, this is saying, no, look, there is something here that you need to unknot before you get to move on. And that's okay. That's the whole human experience. That's why we're supposed to be doing this. But we forget that. And I think this is really important. And there's something going on with the universe right now, or the energy, or something where we're all feeling it. We're all really like, ugh. And it's really tempting to be like, okay, let's all quit. Or like, let's all walk away. But it's not what is meant. What's meant is step back. Where is this limitation coming from? Where is this not? Don't pretend it's not there. Now you need to kind of go up against the boss, the end boss in your Nintendo game, or I'm dating myself, but yes, it was Nintendo for me. I stopped at Super NES. I never got the PlayStation because it was 3D, and this is too confusing for me.
Oh my God, 3D blew my mind.
You know, there's always an end boss, an end level that you. I just kept running in the walls. You know? I used to love Final Fantasy, and I was used to Final Fantasy, and then PlayStation, I got lost.
When we switched over to the the 64, the PlayStations, I just ran in circles. I'm like, it's not working like it used to.
Yeah, same here.
What does that say? That's
walking the walls all the time.
See, and this is why it's divine that I pulled the family card. True family here, true family. Oh, but Sherrie, you're so right. Like, we have to honor, and that hustle word, that's been coming up a lot for me lately as well, because the theme for this year has been like, slow down, nourish yourself, connect, more one-on-ones, so then it should be no surprise when the great gatherings and the people who find us are exactly as they're meant to be, but they're not these massive numbers. It's not this, thousands of people following. They're small, intimate, magical groups. And so they should be, because that's my theme this year, is to be small, is to be intimate and find the magic in that. I'm having this realization now, right, by the way. So important that we, don't confuse that forced divine or fooling ourselves divine versus, no, this is truly coming from my heart space. This is intuitive. This is me.
And it's difficult because ego comes in too, and ego likes to tell you lies all the time and be like, look at this is proof, this is proof, this is proof. But it really has to go back and no, don't listen here. Here is where the truth came through. Not here. Don't listen to this. This will tell you it should have been done 3 months ago, and therefore walk away. But if you keep walking away, it'll never get done. It will never get done. And this is also, we talked about this before, but just the people who never give up, who really believe in themselves, always succeed. Even if it might take 4 or 5 years. I think overnight success takes 7 years.
Hashtag Freddie Mercury. Hello. Let's just talk about Freddie Mercury. He had a dream, exactly. He kept going, and hello, yes. Find me someone who doesn't know a Queen song. Seriously. He's within all of us. But
none of that movie, like dancing. I'm like,
I've only just watched it, everyone, and it blew my mind. As a soul that is within us all, and that confidence in ourselves. Yeah, cool. He absolutely 100% had an amazing vocal range and talent as well, of course, but he believed in himself. He knew he was born to be an amazing singer. And all of us, we have a hum within us, and
I also want to jump in there too, that he can be that.
He could be. I missed it.
No, that he believed that. He 100% believed in his music, but he didn't believe in himself. And I think this is a common war within creatives and within great people, is that he believed more in his music than he doubted himself. He hated himself at parts of his life. He was big into self-sabotage, but he loved his music more than he hated himself. And I think that is something that we should talk more about, because it's really easy to be like, look how fantastic he was and look how great he did. But
root to rise, we've got to look at the darkness. Yeah.
Sexy. Exactly. The struggle is not sexy. But this was I mean, read his lyrics, you know, even in the movie, you know, he was drinking way too much and he was sabotaging his relationships. And because he often didn't believe he was worthy of his own talent. But the beautiful thing with that movie was that he stuck through it and accepted it in the end. Or maybe he didn't. I don't know. Like I said, there's always levels. You know, like, even at the highest level, you know, you're still doubting yourself at times.
Do you know, Sherrie, I feel like we've like put 100 episodes in one here, hence why it's called Divine Timing, because there's so many pockets, there's so many like rabbit holes, but it all comes down to the one thing, and it always comes back to me, oh, you know what? Years and years and years of journal writing and days and days of, you know, heart into words. Everything comes back down to our self-worth and valuing us. And maybe being Freddie and having that gift that you could throw yourself into to avoid sitting in your worth. But when we get that worth done, I am worth this 10 minutes of cup of tea. I do not have to justify why I took the long way home. I don't have to justify why I spent this money on my healing. I don't have to seek validation for this artwork that I've created. When we truly, truly, truly own that magic of our worth, we bloom, we grow. When we don't compare that to other people, when we trust in divine spirit, trust that we're supported. Ooh, watch out.
Yes, that's when you're like, oh, you know. Wow. Thank you. And at that moment, my son brought his most beloved thing.
Yeah. It's worth something. Oh my goodness, that has just like stopped me. This is what I love about the Creative Spirits podcast, because this is real-time healing and real-time revelations and real moments. I think people like Sherrie and I, who are very much like of air, keep going. Like Sherrie, she brings the wind with her. We're of air. We're very
and children.
Yeah. Always. But we are like really leading the way by just starting and by honoring that we're worth this time. But we're always so ready to be vulnerable and to be like, oh, I'm going through this and I feel this, because we're trusting there's other human beings who are feeling, experiencing, breathing, being, doing, you know, what may feel like their best, but still there's sabotage is in there, still the darkness is there, and that's okay because we're human beings. It's so okay.
Yes, exactly. That's the key part, that there's never fully light, you know, there's always shadow, and it just comes as an aspect of light throws off shadow. And until we stop fighting that and learn to sit with both, we'll just continually struggle. Okay, it's okay going through a bad part. That's okay. We're supposed to go through good days and bad days, and just accept it. It's not a reflection on you being a chill person. It's just a reflection on you being a human being. That's it.
Amazing. Yeah. Wow. I'm just like, it's, as always, I've just stopped in my tracks. It's all just like integrating. And I've got this beautiful card.
That's something. Maybe that was the time to end, and then we just like, okay, let's continue next week. We can pick up the conversation on something else.
And I think next week we're going to pick up the conversation on the owl wisdom. I got this beautiful card today. Check out this owl. And I just looked up at my altar and the owl was sort of like staring back at me. It's beautiful artwork by Kathleen Rule. And she's like, this owl's looking at me going, are you listening? Are you ready to listen now? Like it's a really time. Root to rise, beautiful souls. We're digging deep to stand in our truth, to honor where we're at, to shift perspectives, to have, to go back and watch the never ending story, because turns out it does end. Go figure. To truly prioritize time for self, because we're worth it. And yeah, perfect time to end. Sherrie, as always, wow. I can't wait to hear what people think of this one, because I am in love with it, and I'm in love with the revelations that we have together. And can I just say, I just need to say this for a moment, especially because Anchor at the moment hasn't been letting us publish our hasn't been letting us anchor our links. But beautiful souls, if this is how Sherrie and I are without the container or the boundary of a session, seriously invest in working with us, because you should see the magic that happens when we're actually locked in a professional capacity, as opposed to Kate and Sherrie having a chat. Like, you just wait and see and experience that magic. Right, Sherrie? Right? I just felt like we had to have a little chuck that out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
So,
I actually can constantly think too about the reading we did for each other, and that was pure magic. I mean, I think both of us were like, yeah, we're good at this.
I was just talking about that the other day. Like, that fairy deck haunts me, still brings me back to self. Like, in the best way. Something can haunt you. Absolutely. So, beautiful souls, you know where to find Sherrie, where to find me. And if you don't, well, we're on Instagram. You'll find me at gumbiesbythesea.com. Sherrie, creativemermaids.com. Is Cageology? Is Cageology?
Cageology still where all my free stuff is.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, it's coming, and I'm moving all stuff over there, but it's not over there yet. So, and the mailing list isn't set up over there yet. So,
divine timing.
That's where I've been trying to hold space for stuff. Where I'm like, am I pushing too much?
Divine timing. Yeah. But you guys, you know where you find it.
I'm not ready for it yet, obviously, but I think what I've been brought up.
Yeah, I know. I hear you, my love. But anyway, in a nutshell, you know where to find us. We love you all. We'll catch you next week. Let us know how you found this episode, and we'll talk to you when we're divinely meant to. Love you, beautiful souls. See you later.
I love